Hey, just got in. I had to go grocery shopping to pick up a few things, and I went to the grocery store that's within walking distance to me, which is right next to a Futureshop. So, of course, I went into the Futureshop because that's what I would do if I had time, and I did have time, so I decided to look around, and wouldn't you know it, I bought something. In fact, I bought 3 things. The first thing was actually the last thing I picked up, and it's a film I saw in theaters, but I wasn't sure if I owned it or not, and I still haven't checked. So I took a gamble. It was $10. It'll probably end up being lower than that, but this had the slipcover and everything, so I picked up Argo. I enjoyed the film. I would, I want to watch it again, and I'll probably watch it 4 or 5 times before I die, so I think $10 is worth that kind of entertainment, don't you? But yeah, I do have to go through all my movies to make sure I don't already have it, because, yeah, there was something in the back of my mind that was like, do I own this already or not? I don't know. But I decided, you know what, to round out everything I was buying, I picked up, the 3rd movie, just, to make sure that it was a worthwhile just buying some stuff. Not that I would have really would have changed anything, because I was going to buy the other 2 movies anyways. But yeah, in my mind, I just needed that extra little push. So hopefully I don't already own it, and I don't think I do. If I do, I probably don't have the slipcover, so I'll do a, what do they call it, a slippity-doo-dah? Whoever came up with that, whatever. Next up is a movie I have not seen, and that is Epic. I wanted to see it in theaters, but a few people kind of warned me against it, that what you saw in the trailers was not what the film was actually about, and it was funny when I said, well, is it, such and such a storyline? They're like, yeah, that's exactly what it was. I was like, yeah, that's not what they were showing in the trailers, but I knew what this movie was going to be, even without seeing it. But yeah, this is the 3D version of the film, and it was only $15, so I picked that up. They had a whole bunch of other 3D releases that were also $15. One of them was I, Frankenstein, which was the first movie I picked up. I was like, oh, $15, maybe I'll get that 3D. But then I started thinking, you know what, that's come down like drastically since it was first released, and I know it bombed in the theater. So I'm kind of thinking, you know what, come Christmas, Black Friday, Boxing Day, somewhere around in there, I think it's going to be even lower. I wouldn't be surprised if it's $10 or even less, maybe. You know how Dread 3D dropped? I don't know why Dread's an awesome movie, but anyways, I, Frankenstein, as far as I know, is not. But it's one of those films that I would get, and as bad as it is, I'd still enjoy it, because I enjoy bad movies. So yeah, $15 for that. They also had, what else did they have? They had Predator 3D and Jumper 3D, which weren't released as 3D movies when they were in theaters, but Predator, how old is that, right? But I'm curious to see what they did, how they did the 3D, right? And especially for Predator, I'm really curious about that. And at $15, I was gonna pick them up, but again, I think they're gonna be lower, and I didn't want to spend too much money this time, so I went with something else, and I picked up Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs Part 2 in 3D. Because it has the lenticular cover on there. Again, I have not seen this movie. In fact, I haven't seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, so I got to get that first before I can watch this. And I did go looking for it. They did have Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, but they only had it in the regular version, and I think it was like $7 or $8, and I was like, oh great, I can watch this, and then I'll be able to watch Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too. And I was like, but I think it was released in 3D, and if the movie's released in 3D, I want the 3D version rather than the 2D version alone. So I looked it up, and yes, there's 3D version available. So they didn't have the 3D version, and if they did, it was probably going to be like $25 or something like that, $30 maybe. So I now have Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs Part 2 that I can't watch because I don't have the first one, and I want to watch them in order. But $15, and essentially that's what it was. I picked up the 2 3D titles at $15 each, $30, and I was like, you know, when I saw the Argo for $10, I was like, all right, get that in with taxes and stuff. It'll be just under $50. Awesome. That's a good day's buy of Blu-rays, and I'll be happy. Not that I don't have a stack of movies to watch already. Yeah, I've got a lot of movies to watch. But I'm watching Game of Thrones this weekend, so movies will have to wait. Actually, I'm still watching movies in the meantime. It's what I do. Watch a little bit of television, watch a movie, watch a little bit of television, watch a movie. Gotta download some more television. Yeah, I download my television because I watch it all at once. Either that or I buy it. I do buy a lot of television. And I have a lot of stuff that I've downloaded that I watch regularly on my downloads, be it a Doctor Who or Battlestar Galactica. And yeah, I'm just waiting to get that little bit of extra funding. Actually, for most of them, I asked for them for Christmas. But right now, I'm still trying to get, and it's funny, I haven't downloaded any of them. I have some of them on DVD, the season sets, but Star Trek. I'm trying to get the Star Treks. I keep asking for them, you know, birthdays and Christmases, but I haven't gotten any yet. I'm going to keep asking. Eventually, I'll get them. Simply because those things, kudos to Paramount for not dropping the price on them, because, hey, they're keeping their value as a result. Everybody else, you know, I love Fox. Oh my God, I love you. You know, you'll release a season set, it'll be $60. In a month, it'll be $50. In a month after that, it'll be $40. Next thing you know, if it's 6 months to a year later, it's like $20. Wow. Hey, some of them are $15. I've seen, what was it? Fringe, and I almost got Fringe instead of those Blu-rays. They had Fringe on Blu-ray. Season 1, 2, 3, and 4 were each $17 each. Season 5, which I think is the last one, was like, I don't know, $40. But $17 for a season of television on Blu-ray. Like, I mean, if that was DVD, I'd be like, hey, that's awesome, I'll pay for that. But it was Blu-ray, and I just, yeah, I should have done it. I should have bought, well, the problem was I didn't want to spend that much money on them, because there's a lot of things I have to buy right now. But, yeah, crazy. Anyways, that's it. 3 movies. I picked them up. They were great prices. I'm not going to complain. So, I wouldn't call them great buys. The $15 3D ones may be a great buy. But if they were $10, that would be a great buy. It's going that little extra step that, to me, is a great buy. And if Argo was $5, that would be a great buy. I'll just call this a regular pickup on sale. Anyways, guys, till the next video, take care. Have a good one.